This is the Go Word story for Study Guide 6, 10-point questions 91 through 108. And the Go Word is God. You just need to count the number of times I say God, and at the end I'll tell you how many. And we begin now. In the wilderness, God gave the Israelites 10 commandments to live by, and they are first recorded in Exodus chapter 20. The first 4 were how to serve God by making Him number 1 in your life. The remaining 6 commandments were how to respect other people. Jesus gave us 2 commandments to live by. The first, to put God first and love Him with all your heart, all your soul, all your mind, and all your strength. The second commandment was to love your neighbor as yourself. Commandment 5 is honor your father and mother. Commandment 6 is you must not murder, which defines the sacredness of human life. Commandment 7 is you must not commit adultery, which protects the sacredness of marriage. Commandment 8 is you must not steal, which protects our right to own possessions. Commandment 9 is you must not testify falsely against your neighbor, which prohibits lying by always telling the truth. Commandment 10, you must not covet anything that belongs to your neighbor, which forbids wrong desires and jealousy. When God gave Moses the 10 commandments, he was up on Mount Sinai for a long time, so long that the people thought Moses had died, and they had Aaron make an idol of a golden calf that they could worship as God. The sin of making and worshiping the idol of the golden calf caused God to punish many of them. God then called Moses to build the tabernacle in which the people could worship God. From the tribe of Levi, God chose the priests to offer sacrifices to God for the people. The main purpose of the sacrifices and offerings was to purify the Israelites of their sins. God led the people through the wilderness to Canaan with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. When they arrived at the border, they sent 12 spies to see what kind of land it was and what kind of people lived there. Those 12 went in to investigate and brought back evidence and information which would show what kind of land it was. Along with information about the land, they brought back fruit from the land. Only 2 of the spies, Joshua and Caleb, believed God would give them the land. The other 10 said the people were too big and did not believe God could help them take the land. Well, the people did not go into Canaan, but spent 40 years wandering in the wilderness. They suffered many hardships and even doubted Moses and Aaron were God's chosen leaders. God caused Aaron's staff to sprout leaves and bud as proof that Moses and Aaron were God's chosen leaders. Once they camped in a place where there were many poisonous snakes, and the people were dying from the snake bites. God told Moses to make a bronze snake and lift it up so that the people could look upon it, and if they did, God would heal them. Another time they camped in a place with no water called Meribah. But this time God told Moses to speak to the rock and the people would have water. Moses went to the rock, but got so angry with the people, instead of speaking to the rock, he struck it with his staff. Water came from the rock because of God, but God punished Moses for disobeying him. Okay, what was your count?